Donald Trump's comments that he may not abide by the One China policy have led to concerns of how China-U.S. ties will fare under his administration. The outgoing U.S. president is also urging caution on his successor. Our correspondent Jim Spellman has more details from Washington, D.C.
U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's comments that his administration would not necessarily be bound by the One China policy have drawn criticism from around the world. And now the current U.S. president is sending a warning to his successor.
The idea of One China is at the heart of their conception as a nation. And so if you are going to upend this understanding, you have to have thought through what the consequences are, because the Chinese will not treat that the way they'll treat some other issues.
China's foreign ministry reacted forcefully to Trump's comments.
We urge the new U.S. administration and its leaders to fully understand the highly sensitive Taiwan issue, continue to adhere to the One China policy and principles of the 3 joint communiques guiding Sino-U.S. relations, and handle the Taiwan issue cautiously and properly so that the bigger picture of China-U.S. relations would not suffer from any major disruption and damage.
And now some of the strongest U.S. allies are weighing in.
We will stand by a One China policy, and we will not change our stance.
You don't talk to a partner like that, because China is a big partner. When China feels question on its unity, that's not exactly very clever.
Some analysts say it would be disastrous for the U.S. if Trump tries to ignore the One China policy.
Abandoning the One China principle would affect the U.S.'s entire relations with China. The interests of the U.S. in its relations with China by far outweigh those it has in its relations with Taiwan.
President Obama says the United States and China can disagree over issues in a constructive way, but that respecting the One China policy is vital for the future of U.S. relations with China.
This goes to the core of how they see themselves, and their reaction on this issue could end up being very significant. That doesn't mean that you have to adhere to everything that's been done in the past. It does mean that you got to think it through and have planned for potential reactions that they may engage in.
Jim Spellman, Washington.